Welcome back to The Sauce. Holly here with the very talented actor Ron Livingston. Welcome to The Sauce.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, we're glad to have you here. Now, you know, you were one of these guys that's been in a lot of movies, TV shows, whether it be Sex and the City, Swingers, just to name a few. So what's the role that probably gets you recognized the most?
Probably a combination of either Jack Berger from Sex and the City.
Most of the women, probably?
The women, yeah. Lewis Nixon from Band of Brothers. Or Peter Gibbons from Office Space. Those are the big three. I
would think the guys would go towards the Office Space, the women towards Sex and the City. Do you ever have weird fan interactions?
A little bit. It'll mix itself up. Sometimes it's the biggest biker dude you ever imagine. Will come up with a Jack Berger reference or something. It's really wow. That's a strange one.
And do people ask you about like TPS reports and stuff?
Every once in a while, every now and again, yeah.
All right, well, a new movie coming out that you're in that you'll probably get even recognized even more from is Music Within. So tell us about the story.
It's a great story. It's a true story. I mean, on one level, it's about a guy by the name of Richard Pimentel. It's his life story and sort of everything that he accomplished as far as changing the way that we look at people with disabilities. And then on another level, it's really about a couple of guys trying to get some pancakes. So I sort of described it as it's kind of Harold and Camargo to White Castle meets Born on the 4th of July.
There's a journey there.
Yeah.
All right, so how was it playing Richard? Because he was a real Vietnam vet. Did you have interaction with him before you portrayed him in the movie?
I had a chance to meet him a couple of months before we started and really get to know him. I think probably one of the toughest things about it was that, I was all excited. He went to Vietnam and he lost his hearing. And then he came back and they told him he couldn't go to college on the GI Bill, even though he'd earned it, because they didn't want to waste money sending a deaf guy to college.
That was unbelievable in that film, that scene, when you find that out.
Yeah.
It just is kind of like...
It seems sort of like a catch-22 of, what's the point of sending wounded vets to college if they don't actually get to go. But, so he's sort of, that was the first of many battles that he fought. I was very excited to play a guy that, who was deaf, who lost his hearing, and I kind of threw myself into it in that way that that actors like to do.
What did you do? Because I'm sure that was challenging.
Well, I had to have some prop hearing aids made for the movie, and while I was there, I had to make me up some earplugs that I could wear for a couple of weeks to just kind of get used to having to focus on people's lips and
can you read lips now?
I can do a little bit, probably not so much. I was in the car earlier with Richard, and he was saying, yeah, it's the greatest thing. Back during the OJ trial, he was one of the few people that actually knew what OJ was saying to his lawyer.
That's crazy.
Yeah, most of the time they were just talking about what was her name?
Marcia Clark.
Marcia Clark's hair. Yeah, exactly. So upon meeting him, the strangest thing was that you can't tell he's deaf. You never know. So right away, all of my sort of predispositions had to sort of go out of the window, and it was at that moment that I realized that I was actually making the same mistake that he was trying to correct. That I was coming in to play a deaf guy, and it wasn't my job to play deafness, or a deaf guy. It's my job to play Richard Pimentel. But as soon as I figured that out, got through my thick skull, it kind of opened up the whole movie.
Yeah, and one of the messages, like in the film, that I liked is it's not the people with like a hearing impairment that feel uncomfortable. It's the people around them reacting to them that tend to feel like, okay, how am I supposed to respond?
It's really not about overcoming disability. In this movie, nobody actually overcomes their disability. In fact, the disabilities really are only so limiting. The most limiting thing is people's reactions to it.
Yeah.
It's something that as kids, you don't have to, a kid sees somebody who's missing an arm and they go up and they want to look at it and say, oh, what happened to your arm? It's when the parents, the mom grabs them and goes, no, don't talk to him. That's rude. Don't look at it. Don't look at him. Don't ask him about that. That we learn, these people we're not supposed to look at, we're not supposed to talk to them. And, years later, when that's the guy that's in charge of doing the hiring at a company, that's when you have a problem.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a look at the clip from the film right now. Here's the music with
Sure. You okay?
The next time use a blinker.
Yeah. Wait here. Want to repeat that to my face? What?
What did you say?
What?
You heard me.
No, I didn't actually. I'm deaf, but I can see what you're saying from over there.
My friend is not a retard. Actually, he's probably smarter than the three of us put together. He's got cerebral palsy. See, it affects his motor skills. It means that his brain is perfectly functioning while his body's more or less useless. If you have a little trouble wrapping your head around that, think of it as the opposite of you.
That was look at Ron Livingston in The Music Within. Unbelievable scene. We also saw you kind of like, you're pushing around your friend in a wheelchair while on skate.
Yeah.
Was that a little bit scary to do at the beginning?
It was kind of fun, actually. It was kind of fun. We wiped out a lot of extras in the course of it, but yeah, it was. We got some good speed going.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of talented actors in the film. There's a cameo by Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah, of all people, yeah. Exactly.
And you have a scene with him, so what was it like working with Lieutenant Frank Drebin?
You know, I just had to steel myself not to laugh going in. But he does a great job, bang up job. Actually, he plays, he plays a real guy. He plays Bill Austin. Bill I think they asked him who do you want to have play you, and he said Leslie Nielsen. There's a physical resemblance. So yeah, so he did a great job. That's
crazy. All right, so the movie is called Music Within, but we want to get inside you, inside the music within Ron Livingston. So I'm going to give you some scenarios, and you tell me the perfect music for this. All right.
Okay.
So Ron Livingston driving cross country with three of his buddies.
You know, I'm old, so it'd probably have to be the Eagles.
Nice.
You know, it feels like road music.
Yeah,
Eagles
definitely.
are going.
Okay, Ron Livingston trying to seduce a lady.
Yeah, trying's the operative word. I think in that case, you know, the key is you want somebody that's going to set the mood, but not somebody.
You don't want to go creepy.
Well, you don't want to go creepy, and you don't want it somebody that now she's going to be more into the guy singing the song than you. So I want somebody probably safely out of the picture. You know, like maybe somebody a while back, maybe. I don't know, When a Man Loves a Woman, or something that's been, somebody that's out, no, the original one. Or maybe get Luther Vandross in there or something,
okay.
you know.
All right, and this is the last one, Ron Livingston trying to sleep on a plane over the sound of a baby crying.
Isn't She Lovely springs to mind, Stevie Wonder, or maybe Cry Baby Cry, the Beatles. I think that'd fit.
That's fitting. All right. Now, right now we have a fan question. A fan submitted a question to you, and it's from Erin. She says, I'm really looking forward to seeing Holly, but there's a lot of controversy around this film. What made you decide to be a part of this movie?
Well, Holly is the story of an 11-year-old Vietnamese girl who is in the brothels in Cambodia, and she's trying to escape. We shot this about a year and a half ago on location in Cambodia. I play an American expatriate that's ends up trying to help her out. It's pretty hard hitting. They don't really pull any punches in this movie. I'm not exactly sure what's controversial, what she means by what's controversial about the movie. I would say it's definitely it can be a little tough to stomach because it sort of pulls the veil off, takes a pretty hard look at the child slavery practices that are going on in a lot of parts of the world. I thought it was a terrific story, and ultimately I think it has a lot to to tell us about problems that aren't necessarily so easy. You like to think that, like, I think as Americans we like something that we can either fix or not fix. We either want a problem that we push a button and it goes away, or we want to wash our hands of it and go, well, that problem's intractable.
Turn our backs on it.
But this is one of those things where you can help a little, and you can make it a little better. You're probably never going to make it completely go away, just like we're never going to make child abuse completely go away in this country, but you can do a lot towards making it better. And I think that's something that we do need to do.
Definitely. It's a very powerful film. I've seen it, and you guys should check it out and become informed. Ron, thank you so much for stopping by. Pleasure speaking with you.
Good to see you.
And The Music Within is in select theaters this Friday. Now, coming up later in the show, we still got Seether, plus Steven pays a visit to Comic Book Club when the sauce returns.